What are we doing? We are talking about. Hey, Ethan! Good morning, Ethan. How are you today? Oh, alright, today. Guess what we're doing? We're going to be learning the abacus. What's the abacus? Abacus is a tool. Abacus is a learning tool. Abacus is a math tool. Abacus is a manipulative. Something to do with your hands, just in case you want to fidget with something. So, what we're going to do, we're going to count. This is 1. I'm sorry, this is 0. This is 0. This is all 0. So, when we do 1, that's what 1 looks like, right? Then what are we going to do? We have 2. That's what 2 looks like. That's what 2 is. And then what do? We have 3. This is what 3 is. And I'm going to go very slow. Yeah? Everything okay? 4. That's what 4 is. Welcome. Welcome. So, good evening, Joe. Welcome to my abacus class. So what's after 4 is 5. No matter what. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you for everybody joining. My name is Lynette. I am an abacus teacher, and we're learning how to read the abacus right now. What we're going to do is we're counting and understanding how to read the abacus, and that's all we're doing. We're just learning how to read the abacus. What are we doing? So this is 5. After 5, all the top bead, right? All the top bead is a value of 5. This is a value of 5. This is the top bead, right? I've been scrolling the whole time to find. Oh my! Hi, Splendor. I'm sorry. I was gardening. I'm so sorry. Welcome, Slender. I'm so happy you're here. Let me know if you have any questions. How can I help you? How can I help? Let me know. If you have any specific questions, we can start answering that. Thank you, Ethan, for the heart me. Okay. So this is 6. We're at 6 right now. And then when I add the 7, we have 7. Where did we leave off, Splendor? I don't remember. But let me know if you have any specific questions. So we have 8, and then this is 8. How do I know this is 8? Well, if I look, this is 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have 9. 9 looks like that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yo, tutoring. Welcome. Do 28, 78 plus 28 on the others. How big the thing can I get, I think? Well, I only have like up to 10,000 right here, right? And yo, thank you. So if I I only go up to 10,000, right? So this is what it be. I was guessing the number. Oh, we were guessing the number. Oh, I see. So Yo had a question. Thank you for the question. 78, right? Plus 28. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand what 78 is, right? 78. Make sense? How do I know this is 78? Why am I here? I'm here because I have a ones indicator, just like a Pokemon.
Pokemon, I choose you.
I choose this one. 106. Thank you, Splendor. I'll show you how to do it on the abacus. You could choose this one, like.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you.
But instead, I decided to go to this one right here. This is why I choose this one, because I have this dot indicator. This is my dot indicator, yeah? All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to be 28. When I add 20, I add 8. I add 20. Do I have enough beads to add the 20? Yes, I'll have enough beads to add the 20. So I'm going to add the 2, right? Now the next question is I want to add the 8. When I add the 8, this is where it gets a little bit hairy. Thank you, Yo-Yo, for the question, because now we're going to do more than 2-step. Right? So we know what is the formula to plus the 8. Do we know, Splendor, the length of the abacus? Yeah, I'm not sure. Do we know what our formula is for adding the 8? If I need to add the 10, right? If I want to add the 10, yes, thank you, Yo-Yo. Yo, thank you. So we're going to plus the 10 minus the 2. Or we can say is minus the 2 plus the 10, right? Why are we going to say that? The reason why is because I don't want to forget. So if I don't want to forget, all I got to do is say minus the 2, and I want to plus the 10. Now, What's going to be plus the 10? Leon, Abacus sounds like a spell. Abacadabra, abacus. So, what are we going to do? Now we're going to plus the 10. Notice when we plus the 10, it's 1 and a 0. 1, 0. We know when remember we were counting, right? We counted 9, and then this is not 9. This is 9, and then this is 10. Notice with the 10 is a 0 and a 1. 0 and a 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the 1 and a 0. So again, if I had my number, it was 98, take away 2. Right? Take away 2. We take away the 2. Now we got to add the 10. The 1 and a 0. 1, 0. Add the 1. There's not enough beads to add the 1. So what do? When we add the 1, what do we do? Why do I know I don't have enough beads to add the 1? I know because there's no more room to add the 1. Because I have no more room to add the 1, I need to either minus the 5. Can I add the 5? No, I cannot add the 5. So I got to go to the next one over. Blah, 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 blah. Right? So when I look at my Abacus formulae, and I have my framework, that's not my framework. There's my framework. So no. We're going to plus the 1. So the question is there enough beads to add the 1? No, there isn't enough beads to add the 1. What do? I got to go down and I got to see. Can I use the plus 5? No. I cannot plus the 5. I cannot add the 5 when I want to add the 1. I need to add the 1 to plus the 5 minus the 4. I can't do it! So what happens, right? Then I got to go to plus the 1. Plus the 1 is right here. Plus the 1 is equal to minus the 9 plus the 10. Minus the 9, and then again, 10 is 0 and 1. 0, 1, 1. Right? Can I add the 1 here? Yes, I can. So my answer is 106. Yo, are you still here? Did that make sense? So we take it one step at a time, one number at a time. Any specific questions about it? Whoa, nice. Come on, Yo. You tell me you didn't know. You know how to do that. You know. Yeah? Thank you so much. That was easy. Are you testing me, Yo? You're testing me. All right. So what are we doing? What did we just do? What we did was we added the 10, right? We added the 1. We needed to add the 1. In order to add the 1, we needed to modify this. And then we had to do...
You need modification! Modify!
Yeah, I know how to use the abacus, but your teaching is better. I knew you knew how to do the abacus because that was a very specific question. Yo, I'm so happy you're here. Yo, how long have you been doing the abacus, Yo? That's funny. See, I knew you knew. Hilarious! I'm so happy you joined. For about 3 years. Oh, so do you know how to do multiplication, division? And who are you teaching? Yeah. Yes, right? So easy. Yeah, funny, like I started to figure out how to explain division better for, the Americans. And so it was really interesting. I was teaching myself. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I started building out worksheets and stuff. And so it was funny. We don't start. Okay, so just so you know, plus. Do please 20. Oh no, we could do it, but you can't. You know why? Because that's something. No. Sorry, doing division, you still need to know. So if we're doing division, which is what, 7 divided by 28, you still need to do this in your head. Hey, Em, welcome back. So it'd have to be bigger. It would be something like, no, I don't know, something like this. It'd be something bigger. Because you need to multiply it out. Because something like this, we would have to do 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. And then we would have to do additive. So if I had the 7, and then I add another 7, and then I add another 7, and then I add another 7. Oops. Right? That would be the only way to do it. The first time I stopped, what? Last time I stopped to learn about math was in high school. Aw, lazy, lazy. How about 7, what over there? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I don't know what you just said. He, fei, pi. I don't know. So, yo. Okay, you know what? Let's go back. Let's regroup. Before we do, let me write it down. 105. Okay. So, I'm sorry. Let's regroup. Let's do a review. Thank you, yo. I'm just so excited. Okay, this is 0. What does this mean? When the beads are touching nothing, the beads are not touching this horizontal bar. This line right here is the horizontal bar. Because it's not touching, none of the beads are touching, this is 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the 1. We add the 1 and then we have 2. When we have 2, 2 looks like this. 1, 2. Right? 1, 2. And then after 2 is 3. After 3, we have 4. Just like how we have pennies, right? Pennies is worth 1 cent. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what 4 looks like. It kind of makes the same, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then what's after 4? After 4 is 5. After 5 is what? How do we make 5? 5 will always be the top bead. The top bead will always be the 5. So this is what a nickel is. This nickel is worth 5 cents. 5 cents. Yes, thank you, Natalia. Yes, thank you. 5 is always going to be the top bead no matter what. It was all the blue bead, but if I have this one, it's brown, and it doesn't matter, right? So the top bead is what we're looking at. The top bead is always going to be 5, no matter what. So let's say we have 5, and then when we want to add the 6, we want to make 6, we just add 1 more. So if you look, this is 1 cent, this is 5 cents. So when I look at it, this is now 6. This is worth 6. That's what I did here. This is worth 6. Now it is French, right? Yes, that is French. I don't know what de sol mean, and I don't know what he fei. This is cool. I've never learned how to do this. Oh, don't forget to smile. You're welcome. Don't forget to smile. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so what are we doing? We're doing 7. Well, what's 7? 7 looks like this. So if I just add 1 more, right? 1 more penny, 1 more 1 cent, and then this 5, 6, 7, right? That's 7. And then what do? We have 8. 8 is 3 plus 5. 3, 1, 2, 3 plus 5, right? This is 5 cents. I'm just letting people know because I'm not sure where everybody is in the world, but this is 5 cents. This is a nickel. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I don't know what the he, fei, pi. I don't know what that means. So, thank you, Yo-Yo. Thank you, Yo-Yo. Okay. So, what? We're at 8 right now. We got to do 9. 9 looks like this. So if I add 1 more, this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Burr-victia. Burr. I'm going to say burr. For the French, I will speak English. Thank you. How do you do this? That's what we're doing. We're counting. We're just counting right now. We're just trying to read the abacus. So wait, what happens? What about 10? Well, if you notice, that looks like 1. If I did this, that's 10. So if you look, it looks very similar, right? But when we do it, we have our place values. I don't know if you can see that. My place value. We have 1, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. Yeah? Anybody have any questions? So what do we get? So this is 1. That's 10. This is 100. This is 1,000. This is 10,000. When we look, these are all place values, right? So if I did this, it would be 5555555. 5, comma 555.55. Woo, I feel like I'm in kindergarten. I love it. Do they make a bigger abacus with more places? Yes, don't forget to smile. You're absolutely right. They have a 13 column abacus. This is a 13 column abacus. This is a 7 column abacus. How do you go past 4? Ha, Lizzie! That's a fantastic question, Lizzie. The top bead will always be 5, no matter what. The top bead is 5. So if I look, that's the value of 5, and that's what I had here. So when I have 5, that's what it looks like, okay? So when I have 6, I have 6. That's what 6 looks like. And then 7, I have 7. And then 8, I have 8. And then 9, I have 9. Does that make sense? Woo, I have 27. Woo! Okay, so don't forget to smile. This is 13 columns. 13 columns. If we started here, just like our ones, right? That's not gonna work. Here's our decimals, right? Ones, tens, hundred, thousands, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million, billion, 10 billion, 100 billion, trillion. You could, if you wanted to track the national debt, you would have to get a bigger abacus, which is what Ethan has. Ethan has a 27 digit abacus. I only have a 23 column abacus, and it works exactly the same. Thank you, Lizzie. Okay, what do you use the abacus for? You use the abacus for counting, doing math. So we do adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division. Wow, me like this. I like this one's been I've been teaching for 20 years, and so this one has been with me for a very long time. This one is made out of bamboo, this one is made out of plastic, and this one is made out of plastic. Don't you have a calculator on your phone? Whoa, bogers! Yeah, you have a yeah, and the bigger the abacus is kind of small for me, but it works. Yeah, this one is a little bit small. It is a little bit small. I feel like I need a penguin from Madagascar. I feel like the penguin in Madagascar. Yeah, and funny, Mary Fairy in Tinkerbell also uses it. And what is that? SpongeBob, Betty, I think Beatrice also used a abacus too. Thank you. Don't forget to smile. There is no fun. You could use a calculator, but that's not brain gymnastics. What about algebra? We kind of do algebra, but we don't really do algebra. We only do adding, subtracting, multiplication, division. We kind of do, like, when we talk about how to do the formulas and stuff, when we do the formulas, we kind of do algebra, but not really algebra, if that makes sense. So when we look at it, we're going to start modifying this. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. I feel like I'm learning so much right now, right? Lazy, right? I feel like it could be so good for remembering numbers of stitches. Well, yes, you could use it as a counter, and that's what they were used for. These were used for counting. Right? And so, back in the day when they needed to count sheep or they needed to count whatever. So when you do it, Lizzie, when you do it, you can count. You just be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And then 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. I'm not sure. I want a physical... What? You don't have a physical abacus? I learned. Oh, I see. Yeah, the app is okay. I do like a physical abacus. I like being able to do this. Yeah, lazy. Yeah, lazy frown. Yeah, and Lizzie, I don't know how many numbers you need to go to, but usually, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to use a small one, you could use a small one. For the young kids, I would use a small one because the numbers don't get too big. But then, are abacus still used daily and taught in school in Asia currently? Happy Mother's Day! Thank you so much! Happy Mother's Day to you too, Maria! Yes, in Asia. I know they're really big in India, and I know they're really big in Malaysia. Are you an able teacher? I am an able teacher. I am an abacus teacher. I've been teaching abacus for 20 years, and now I'm just putting it into the internet. And so I have worksheets and workbooks that I've been building. And so this one is for preschoolers. And so here, I have activities and stuff. And so this is just a little preview. I don't know if you could see that. This is a little preview of what they would be doing. And so, hey, Neon, welcome back. How do you solve 5 times 5? Oh, usually what I would do to solve 5 times 5 would be an additive arithmetic. What does that mean? Additive arithmetic would be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. That's what I would do. Ah, yeah, welcome back. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah, baby. Thank you, hello. Do you teach probability? No, I don't teach probability. I only teach abacus. That's all I teach. That's all I know. I'm not smart enough to teach anything else other than abacus. I almost forgot. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, that's a great teacher. Only been into so many lives, but she excludes and shows great teaching. But she. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Okay. So 5 times 5, it would be like 5 plus 5. Oh, sorry. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. That's what I would do. I don't know if that helps. Okay, so let's do a little review, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. No. A friend of a friend. No. No. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. So when we do it, right, it'd be 5. This is 5 cents. This is 5 cents. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what that would be, right? Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. So what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. We're learning how to read the abacus. So then after 9 is 10. How do I know what's after 10? What's 10? Well, if I look at my place value, every column is a place value. Yes! I don't know. We learned this last week, my linear algebra class, but without an abacus. Thank you. Test, I don't know what. Test, yes, thank you. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100. So when we look, this looks very familiar with this. But now we're talking about place values. So when we look at the place values, we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000. And so the reason why, some people might be asking, why am I here? Well, just like with a Pokemon,
I choose you.
I could choose any one of these dot indicators. Does that make sense? I learn more with you. I'm learning more with you. Hello, Melinda. Welcome back. I feel like that's okay. I get it gets better because somebody was talking about how they wanted to do Charizard. So I have the other one, which is
Okay, Charizard, I choose you.
the reason why is because here is my dot indicators. These are my ones indicators, so I want to choose one. It doesn't matter which one you choose. You just got to choose one, no matter what. Right? You need to choose one, just like a Pokemon. So here I have that one. If you want, we have a 13 column one. In the 13 column one, there's many dots to choose from. You can choose from any one of these, but you have to choose at least one. Yeah? How are we doing? We all right? How are we doing? Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're gonna continue on because I got more. I got more. Thank you, Melinda. All right. So we know how to read the abacus. We understand how to read the abacus. Anybody have any questions about how to read the abacus? I really enjoy teaching adults. I come to believe I really enjoy teaching adults because it's fun. Because I can have jokes. I got jokes. All right, I'm getting one right here. Hey, stop. Oh, hey, that's fantastic, Maria. Oh, and then Maria, if you want to, 6-year-old, I would recommend working with how to read the abacus, and this one is the mazes, and what this would be doing is to get them to understand how to read the abacus. That's what this is. So here's a maze, and what we're going to do is we're going to start here. We're going to figure out what this number is. So what is this number? My God, I loves identifying the numbers. Oh, yeah. So the reason why is because 6, I haven't built my workbook yet. This is too young. And so I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't do that. What is this? Brian, it's an abacus. 61. Yes, it is. Because we have 5, 6, and then 1. That's what it looks like. 61. You're absolutely right. Don't forget to smile. 61. 5, 6, and then 1. Well, right. That makes sense. He will be turning into first next year. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So he can learn how to read the abacus. It'll be easy for him to read the abacus, and then you can go into doing adding 2 digits, and then after 2 digits, he'll go into what grade is this? Right now, we're like in kindergarten. Oh, thank you so much for the heart me and the rose. Yo yo. What grade is right now? Like right now, right now, like right now. I think this is like, what is this? Like kindergarten and first grade? It's a fun grade. It is a fun grade. It's an adult grade. It's the beginning. It's beginning abacus. Okay, so we did 61. So now my next number is what? What is my next number? Wow, you guys are really hyping me up. I'm so excited that you guys are all here commenting. I'm really excited you guys are here. Thank you guys so much for commenting. I'm preschool level. That's funny. I'm 31 and I'm confused. Oh no, starting off somewhere. Brian. Oh, okay, so we got a review. Pay attention. Oh, 31. So we do 30. This is 1, 2, 3. That's 30. And then this is 1. That's what 1 is. Yes, thank you, Melinda. It is 39. That's embarrassing. That's not embarrassing. I was 30 when I learned the abacus. 39. Yes, Maria. That's very good. Thank you. That's 31. So, let's do a little review for Brian. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. When any of the beads touching this horizontal bar, they're being counted. Right? Brian, are you still with me? Hey, Jimmy, welcome. So we have 4. Well, what's after 4? I'm 35 when I learned. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brian, does that make sense? So then where's 5? 5 will always be the top bead. The top bead will always be a value of 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does that make sense? So when we do 9, right, this is 9, we have 10. Notice that 10 looks the same as 1. But now what we're doing is we're understanding there's place values. So what we do is we have place values. We have our 1s, and I'm trying to look for my little paper. Ah, here it is. So when we look, we have our 1s, 10s. This is 100. This is 1,000. And then this is 10,000. Make sense? Are we all right? How are we doing, Brian? Wow, there's a lot of comments. Okay, so we are going to go back to understanding. Yeah? Good. Oh my God, I was watching Fifth Element, and it's so funny. Mila is so funny. Good. Ah, chicken, good. Okay, so what are we doing? What number is this? So 68 people. Yeah, I know, right? So we have this one, and then we have this one. What number do we have here? What number is that? 51. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you. Yes. Hey, Dr. Miller. Thank you. Hey, Billy. Don't forget to smile. Thank you, Rocket Student. Rock Student. Okay, so yeah, this is 51. So we're gonna go over here. So we go across, and then after we go across, so this is what we're doing is we're understanding how to read the abacus, and we're just kind of practicing. And then after we learn how to read the abacus, we will be able to go into adding and subtracting and then multiplication, division. I haven't been in school for a long time. That's all right. Neither have I. I haven't been in school for a very long time. So I have this number is this, and then I have that. What number do we think that is? Oh, Melinda, you're so fast. How is it 64? It's 64 because we have our tens and our ones. This is 60, 5, 6, and then this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, Rock. Okay, so that's 64, and then I gotta go this way over here. And then this is an easy number. That's too easy, Lynette. What? Why do we have this number here? Oh, you're so good at this. Belinda. Yo-Yo gave me a division question that we're going to work on. But I wanted to catch everybody up. I wanted to catch everybody up to understand how to read the abacus. So, because we started going on to a little thing. So, we have this and this. Yeah, thank you. Don't forget to smile. So, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I guess without the viewer saying anything? Yeah? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah? 99. And then we have this number. What number do we think that is? Oh, yeah, right? So when we talk about it, we have this, and then we have that. Don't forget to smile. It's very easy. It took me like 2... Yeah, right? It only takes a few days to learn. Yep, 91. Good job, Brian. Thank you, Rock. Woo-hoo. All right, 91. We're going to go over here. Okay, what's this number? If we did this, we did this one, and then that. Yes. Yay. Yay. So we have 7. Hey, Raphael. Thank you. Thank you. 5, 6, 7, and then 5. Yep. 75. 75. 75. Go down this way, and we're over here. All right. So this is a little preview of the book. You can get it on Amazon. Okay, I think I'm back. Yes, 54. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. 54, and I go over here. I got to do my 3-digit one, but I'm still working on my other book. I have a few more books coming down the pipeline. So we have this one, and then that one. And I'm still stocking it. I'm still trying to stock my TikTok shop. Okay, this is, whoa, 25. 25. 1, 2, 25. It's 25. Yes, thank you. It is 25. All right. I forgot. All right. We're almost done. We're almost done. So we have this one, and then we have this. So we have 5, and then we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you, Leo. Yes. Thank you, Melinda, Raphael. We have the 5. So 5, this is 50. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8. Does that make sense? And then this is, if I added the 1, this would be 9. Yeah? Oh, we're almost done. And this is the answer to the universe. What is the answer to the universe? What number is that? Cool? Anybody know the answer to the universe? This is the most I've learned in math class ever. Thank you, Rock. Yes. Yes, thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Lazy. Yes, thank you. Wow. Cameron, almost. The blue beads always represent 5. Yes, the blue bead always represents the 5. So, my favorite answer too. So, yes, Cameron, let's do a little review. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. The top, when this is 4, and then when we look, 5 will always be the top bead, just like Jimmy had mentioned. Jimmy, this is 5. So when we do 5, we have 6, 7, 8, 9. Notice if you do 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, those are all 9s. Doesn't matter what it is. They're all the same. So that is a little bit about that. This one is the reverse. So what does that mean? Well, I give you the number here, which is 54. And then you're supposed to color in what the number is. This is what I call a reverse. So the idea is to color color in the number. So if this is 54, I'll do 50 and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I go here. Oh no, I go here, 96. 90, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 6. 5, 6. And then I go to this square over here, and I look at my next number, and I have to go back. So my answer is 29. 29. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's it. And I called it a reverse maze because I give you the answer and you just need to color it in. And I was trying to figure out how to make it more interactive. So that is what this is. That is the thing. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to understand how to move the beads. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do. Oh, anybody is interested? This is available. I don't know where my papers are. I have so many papers. Oh, here it is. Hi, my name is Lynette. I've been teaching Abacus for about 20 years now. 20 plus years. And I really enjoy it. I have college degree and I have no idea what you're saying. I'm speaking English. All right. Anybody wants it? It's available there. I'm trying to build out my TikTok shop, but it's a slow thing because I got to get all the books in. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. When I'm moving the beads, notice that the abacus itself has bridges. These edges is what you want to use to move the beads. You want to be gentle with it. You don't want to be aggressive. You want to be happy when we do math. Happy and you know it, do some math, right? You want to be happy when you do abacus, right? The reason why is because we don't want to be aggressive. Because we don't want to be aggressive, we want to make sure that we do not
And flick. Flick too hard, damn it!
Don't flick too hard. Because if I have a question here and I have all my fives, and I decide to flick it, notice because I flick too hard, my answer has now become incorrect. So make sure, do not flick too hard.
And flick. Flick too hard, damn it!
All right. So that's what we're doing here. I don't know if A is still around, but we're going to continue on. A, if you're still around, we can do a little review. But if you're not around, then I'm going to continue on adding and subtracting. What we're going to do is we're going to Hey, Char, welcome back. Welcome back, right? I like that one too. Okay, so what are we doing is we're understanding that we're not going to flick too hard, right? And then we want to stabilize the abacus because it's very easy to move, right? It's like a little, even if you bump it, your answers will be wrong. So you want to use your left hand to stabilize it. So when I look at it, I want to do that. The reason why was because some people would be complaining about like the abacus is too small. This is actually a standard size abacus. If you look, this is standard size. It's just very colorful. So when we look at it, right, it's exactly the same size. There is no difference except for the amount of digits. So the reason why because I have this one post that I made with my husband's fingers, pudgy fingers, and I wanted to show everybody that you could still use the abacus with your pudgy fingers. Okay. So all you got to do is make sure that you use the edges of the beads to be able to move the beads. And I forget because that's what I do, but you can't see that on top view. So that was the reason why I talked about that. All right. So let's do we already did some bead recognition. We understand what these numbers are. Now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to we're going to learn how to move the beads. Now, one thing about Abacus world is that we want to focus on the add-in. We always focus on the add-in, not on the result. So what's going to happen is when I focus on the add-in, right, I'm going to try to add the 1. My question is when I have 5, this is my question, 5, right? And then I have 1. Can I do it? Yes, I can add 1 and I want to add the 1. So what we're doing is we're understanding that if I have enough beads, I will add it. So yes, we can, right? So when we add the 1, we're going to be able to add it. Now the question is, if I have 7 and I want to add the 1, can I do it? Yes, we can. I'm going to add the 1. So it works exactly the same with the 2. When we do the 2, what we're doing is we're moving the 2 beads. So if I have 5, right? I have 5. Oh, if I have 5 and I want to add the 2, I'm going to add these 2 beads. These are the 2 beads. It doesn't matter what 2 beads you use. It's either this one if I have 7 and then I want to add 2, it's these 2 beads, so it doesn't matter, right? So the question is always, can I do it?
Yes, we can.
Right? So we can do it. If we can do it, then we're going to add it. And then we're going to continue on. So we have 3. When we have 3, it's the same thing. I have 5. I got the 5. My number is 3. Can I add 3? Yes, I can. So I'm just going to add the 3. Right? So I'm going to continue on. Oh, thank you, doctor, for the heart puff. Thank you so much. So again, we're going to continue on with the +4. Again, with the +4, there's not very many questions with the +4. Why? Because it's all the whole beads, right? So if I have 5, I'm going to add the 5. And then when I add the 4, look, I'm going to add all 4 beads. Now, when we do it, again, we don't focus on the add-in. We do not focus on the results. We focus on the add-in. Always focus on the add-in because that add-in will tell us what we need to do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue on. Now, if you notice, if I'm going to add, right, when I add, I go to the horizontal bar. When I subtract, I want to go away from the horizontal bar, right? So does that make sense? What we're doing is now we're subtracting. When we subtract, we want to go away from the horizontal bar. So if I have 3 and I want to say take away 1, this is, I think, one of the beads that one of the concepts that the kids don't understand is how to take away. Why? There's many strategies how to take away. But in Abacus world, if we know how to add, we know how to subtract. That's just the way it is. It's always going to be the opposite. And then what we do is we solidify. What we do is we practice and we solidify and we understand more, right? Because when it becomes more inherent, when it becomes more intuitive, it'll be easy just to be moving the beats. So I added the 2 and I take away the 2. Add the 2, take away the 2. So again, I minus the 2, minus the 2. It doesn't matter what 2 beads, right? As long as you take away the 2 beads, right? So if I had 8, I'm going to take away 2, I'm just going to move it away from the horizontal bar. So make sure you understand that when we add to the horizontal bar, whatever's counted is on the horizontal bar. That's what this is. We have our dots, and we have our 1s, and we have our beads. Our beads are touching the horizontal bar. We know that that's being counted. And again, it's the same thing with the 3. So if I have 4, and I want to take away 3, I'm just going to take away the 3, just like that. Yeah? Anybody have any questions? We're going to continue on. We're just learning how to move the beads. As we learn how to move the beads, we're going to start going into adding and subtracting. We are kind of doing adding and subtracting. If you notice that if I did this, right, we added the 5, we added the 4, and then that gives me 9. So we have a little bit of decomposing as well. So we have 5. When we have 3, I'm going to add 3 and want to add the 5. Again, when I add the 5, it's going to the horizontal bar. If I want to subtract, I want to go away from the horizontal bar. So again, 2 and away, 2 away, plus, minus, plus, minus. So again, 6. 6, if I have 1, I want to add 6. I'm going to add 6, which is these 2 beads. One top bead, one bottom bead, right? If I want to add, I want to subtract. I can add and I can subtract. And we do it again with the 8. We can do it with 7. We can do it with 8. So if I have 1, I'm going to do 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I do that. That's 8. I subtract 8, I add the 8. Subtract the 8, add the 8. All right. And then 9. 9 is the easiest because it's all of the beads. And you subtract 9 or add 9. That's it. All right. So we did that. Anybody have any questions? How are we doing? Do we need to do another review? Do we need to do another review? Okay. Again, if you are interested, that book is available here. My name is Lynette. I've been teaching Abacus for 20 plus years. Thank you for everybody for joining me and understanding how to read the abacus and move the beads. So what we're doing is we're understanding how to read the abacus. Why are we learning this? Why are we learning this? Because It's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. No, it's because it's very helpful, right? You can see the numbers. We're no longer looking at abstract symbols, right? We're not looking at abstract symbols. Like if I say 4, that's kind of a symbol. But what we're going to do is when I want 4, I can do this. That's what 4 looks like, right? If I do 3, that's what 3 looks like. Now, when we look at 5, 5 will always be the top bead. So we have 5, and then we have 6, we have 7, we have 8, and we have 9. That's what 9 looks like. So when we look, we have 9, right? And 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. These are all 9s. So that's what we're doing, is we're understanding how to move the beads. So anybody have a question? What is a question? Are all the blue beads 5? Yes, Victoria. Actually, it's the top beads. The top beads will always be 5. The reason why I say top, because if you choose to look at this brown abacus, there is no blue. So what I would always say is the top bead. The top bead is always going to be 5. So this is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Maybe I should do another sound bit for that one. So this is all 5. Yeah. So if I clear it and I do this, that's 5. And then we do 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So how do you go to tens and hundreds? Easy. If I do 1, this is 10. How do I know? Because every place value, every column is a place value. So here is my little label. I have my ones, my tens, 100, thousands, 10,000. So if I do 10, I can count by tens now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100. 100. Ah. What is it?
Welcome to the real world.
So what's going to happen is this is 100. We can count hundreds now. 100, 200, 300, 400, and then 500. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you, Lazy. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in my next live. Oh. Ha, 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 ha. The sound bites are so good. Thank you so much, Char. 100, 500, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. And then we have 1,000. Does that make sense? Victoria, did that make sense? I'm so excited. Berna. Yeah, right. Me too. I'm so excited that everybody's here. I can't believe everybody's here. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, so that was a little review. So that does not make sense. Why are you in the middle of the abacus? Oh, because...
Pokemon, I choose you!
Because I have all these dot indicators, and these indicators, you need to choose one, just like a Pokemon. So what's going to happen is I started here. You could choose here, and then you'd have these as your decimal places, right? You could choose here, and then you'd have all of these your decimal places. You could choose here, and these would be your decimal places, right? Is a decimal place set a space? It is a space. I would see people do this, not understand what the hell's going on. Ooh. So, Dr. Miller, so notice, just like our decimal, right, it sits between the ones and the tenths column, it'd be the same thing. So if I choose this one, like here.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I'm here. Then I have my ones, my decimal sits in between, and then my tenths and my hundreds. Hello, Purple. Welcome. Did that make sense, Dr. Miller? So, Berna. Oh, yeah, makes sense, right? Okay, so I'm going to go back to here. So when we talked about it, I decided to choose this one as my dot indicator.
Pokemon, I choose you!
Right? You could, I'm just going to review again. If I choose this one, I'd move everything over, and then I'd be my ones, my tens, but notice I don't have any hundreds over here. But then I'd have all these decimals, I would have all these decimal places. Yeah. Okay, so the next question is what happens when there's not enough beads? That's a problem. No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem when we don't have enough beads. So what's going to happen is, the question we have that we're talking about is, let's do 3 plus 4. So 3 plus 4 3, I'm going to put it on my abacus. And I want to plus the 4. Notice I don't have any more beads to add the 4, right? So what am I going to do? Well, I don't know about you guys, but we are teaching children 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Does anybody know? Does any excuse me, does anybody know why we're teaching the kids this? No, really, I don't know why we're teaching the kids this. I know why I would teach it because I know abacus, but I don't know why we're teaching the kids how to plus the 5. I don't know why we're teaching the kids how to make a 5. But we're teaching the kids sometimes don't understand math. No, no, no. But Ethan, like they're actually teaching this concept, and I don't know why they're teaching it. But in abacus world, I will tell you why we're using it. At some point, the blue beads come down to when you make a 5. Yes, I have that same cough. It's annoying. Yeah, right, Jubilee. It's crazy. It's the allergies. Oh, yes. I used to count my fingers even when I was a +1 and all that. All right. So what's going to happen? I want to add the 4. Notice I have this thing where I want to plus the 4. This looks very familiar. What we're going to do is we're going to isolate the variable. This is the variable we're going to isolate. Why? Because the question is 3 plus 4, right? This 4 and this 4 are the same. So we have this concept, 4 is equal to 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So let's isolate the variable. To isolate the variable, we're going to move the 1 over here. When we move the 1 over there, we are now going to have it, we now need to...
You need modifications! Modify!
So we modified this equation. What we're going to do is we're going to have 4 is equal to 5, right? This is not balanced. So we need to balance this equation. We're going to make it a -1. What? Why? Well, if you notice in the abacus, because Victoria mentioned, what we're going to do, right? We're going to plus the 5, but that's too much. And what do? We need to take away the 1. So my final answer is 7. What did I just do? I'm not memorizing doubles plus 1. I'm not memorizing doubles minus 1. I'm not memorizing that. What I am memorizing is this formula. This is a concept. This concept is understanding how to add the 4. When we add the 4, we can do it many ways, right? We can do 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. That doesn't make sense on the abacus, right? We could do 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. That does not make sense on the abacus, right? What makes sense on the abacus is we want to utilize this 5. That is why we're doing 5 minus 1. So let's take it one step further. When we take it one step further, I have 3 pennies, right? I have 3 pennies. That's the question. I want to have 3. But I want to add 4. To add the 4, I only have a nickel. I only have 5 cents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the nickel, but that's too much. I need to take away 1. So my final answer is now 7. This is how I subtract and add 9. I thought it was ADHD. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. Like I know some people have dyscalculia as well. And so it was interesting that they were able to follow along and they found it very helpful. So my final answer is 7. Does that make sense? So what we're doing is we are understanding how to make a 5. I still don't understand. Alice. Duh. What a funny name. Okay, so Alice, let's do a little review. What we're going to do is we're going to count on the abacus. Whatever bead touches this horizontal bar, this reckoning bar, this beam, is going to be counted. So this number is 1. Does that make sense? Right? When we have 1, just like how I have 1 penny right here. We have 1. And then we have 2. That's what 2 is. And then we have 3, and then what 3 is. And then we have 4, and that's what 4 is. So when we do 5, the 5 will always be the top bead. That will be 5. Because this is 5, then we're just going to add. We're just going to add 6. That's what 6 looks like, right? And then we have 7, right? We have 8. We have 8, and then we have 9. That's what 9 looks like. Make sense? So what we're doing is we're reading the abacus, and that was what I have in my TikTok shop, right? So what we're doing is we're trying to figure out how to read the abacus. And then what I did was I was adding on the abacus, because the question is that I don't have enough beads to add. Why? Because I have 3. My question is 3, and I want to add the 4. When I add the 4, there's not enough beads to add the 4. So we're not memorizing we're not memorizing doubles. What we're doing is we're understanding this concept. We have this concept, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. We have this concept. But what we're going to do is we're going to level it up. In abacus world, we're going to level it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to utilize the 5. To utilize the 5, I'm going to add the 1. So here's the question. If I have 3, right, I have 3 pennies, but I want to add 4. Notice though, I only have 1 nickel. I only have a nickel. I will give you my nickel, but the problem is it's only 4. So if I give you 5 cents, it's only 4. That's too much. So I need to take away 1. So I add the nickel, but that's too much. I need to take away 1. So my final answer is 7. Does that make sense? Alice?
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Yeah? Cheese! Welcome! Welcome. Yeah. Yeah. So we could do it again. What does that mean? We could do it again. When we do it again, let's do 4. When we add the 4, I want to add the 5. I want to add another 4. Notice I don't have another 4. If I don't have another 4, what am I going to do? I am going to add the 5 from here. Mine plus the 5 minus the 1. So my final answer, I want my daughter to learn this. Oh, hey, Nom Nom. Good. Good.
Welcome to the real world.
It is very interesting because what we're doing is we're doing Common Core. Abacus is Common Core. Common Core is just trying to figure out how to, utilize the numbers. But there's not a lot of strategies in Abacus. You understand the fundamentals, then you'll be able to scale it in any which way. So we could do it again. I can show you again. We could do it with the 2. Notice, right? Notice when I add the 2, I just joined. How does this work? Hey, Fabiana. We're going to do a little review. Let me finish my thought, though. Let me finish my thought. If I have the 2, I don't have enough beads to add the 2. What do? Right? We modified it. We modified.
Modification!
Right? We modified 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Why? Because we want to add the 4. When we add the 4, this 4 and that 4 is the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute. When we substitute the 5 minus the 1. And my final answer is 6. So, Fabiana, welcome. Welcome to my little class. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little review. When we do a review, I would get confused with the dot on the same row as the... I would get confused with the dot on the same row as the one. Yeah. I would move left column. Oh, I would. Yeah. That's just something you'd have to get used to. So Fabiana, we're gonna count. This is 1. This is my reckoning bar. This is my horizontal bar. This horizontal bar tells me what beads are being counted. So this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. Because I have 4, now what am I going to do? Well, 5 will always be this. That's why I would have my nickel. My nickel is worth 5 cents. So this is why I used money to help talk about the value. So this is 5, and then now we have 6. I just add 1 penny. 7, I would go like that, right? 5, 6, 7. And then this is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 9. That would be 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when we look, this is 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. These are all 9s. 9, 9. 99, 9, 9, 9. When we look, we have 9. And then what's 10? After 10 is this. That would be 10. Oh, good, Fabiana. You're still here. So 10. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Why is the equation backwards? Because we're trying to isolate the variable. So when we isolate the variable, right, we're trying to isolate this because we want to use it and we want to replace it, if that makes sense. So the dot is the dot is not a decimal. The dot is the ones indicator. This is just a label. It's not to tell you that this is just a label, right? So just like just like a
Pokemon, I choose you!
notice I have two of them, right? You can choose any one of them, but you have to choose one, right? If I choose this one, then I'll have my ones, right? I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, my 10,000. If I chose this one,
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I would have ones and tens, but then notice I don't have any more hundreds. So it all depends on how big your number gets. And so that's why I usually start over here. But this is just a ones indicator. So the tens and one would be on the fourth row? Yes, it would be. Why? Because this is my ones indicator. So when I look, just as you mentioned, it'd be 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, whoa. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, because this is my ones. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So the dot is a label, not a decimal. So that's one thing that you would have to remember. This is just a label, my ones label. Why? Because every grouping, if you notice, this is my ones, this is my 1,000. If I have a bigger abacus like this one, this is 13 columns, I start here, ones, thousands, millions, billions, and trillions. So these are just indicators, right? These are like groupings, like our commas when we write. Does that make sense? So just like we have commas or dots. I don't know how the dots and the commas work, but the dots, commas in America, right? We have commas. So it'd be, yeah. And then, yeah, that's why it doesn't confuse me, because I would just use that as a label. It's just a label. Okay, so do we understand how to make a 5? Now the reason why it's backwards is because we're using this is our add-in. And what we're going to do is we're going to substitute this 5 minus 1. That's what we're doing, is we're substituting this information. So when we look, that's what I have here. I have 4. The question is 4. I have 4 on the abacus. I want to add another 4. To add another 4, I'm going to substitute plus the 5 minus the 1. Okay, so then what I do is I need to plus the 5 minus the 1. Plus the 5 minus the 1. So what we're doing is we're understanding how to utilize this. We could do it again. What? What do you mean do it again? We can do it again with a 3. You know, we can make a 3, right? 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. When does that happen? It happens when we do 4. When we do 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3. Let's do it again. Yeah, right. So we do 4. I want to add the 4. I want to add the 3. When we add the 3, there's not enough beads to add the 3, right? There's not enough beads. So what are we going to do? We're going to isolate the variable. We're going to isolate this 3. We're going to have 3 is equal to 5. 5 is too much. We do minus the 2. So what are we going to do? Plus the 5, take away the 2. So my final answer is 7. We can do it again, right? So we have 3. When we add the 3, I want to add another 3. I don't have another 3. I only have one bead here. To add another 3, I want to do plus the 5 minus the 2. So my final answer is 6. Yeah? Does that make sense?
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
It's not complicated. Why? Because how else are we going to do it? We're going to teach the kids. What do we teach the kids? We teach the kids a number line, right? So we do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I did 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we could do that too, but it's a little bit more complicated because we do 1, 2, 3, right? We could do number lines. We could do number lines, not a problem. We can do items, right? We could do items. How do you do items? Well, what do? We tell the kids to do circles. I want to have 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. Then you add another 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you count it all together. All together. Doom scrolling too close to the sun. Doom scroll too close to the sun. All right. So we could do it this way too, but in Abacus world we don't need to. The reason why we do this is because now it becomes scalable. Because what happens is when we get to a bigger number, let's do a bigger number, right? Now what's going to happen? Got any tips for first-time physics students? Study hard. All right. So what are we going to do? Let's do this, right? It's a big number. It's a very big number. We do 8, 7, 5, 3, 1. Then what are we going to do? Right? We're going to do this. 2. Do we have enough to add the 2? Can we add a 2? Can we add a 2?
Yes, we can.
So we're going to add the 2. Now what's my next number? My next number is 4. Can I add a 4? No, we can't. What do we do? Well, this is where we remember. Remember how to add a 4. We add a 4 is plus the 5 minus the 1. I want to plus the 5 minus the 1. Plus the 5 minus the 1. And then what are we going to do? Then we have to plus the 3. Can we add the 3?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can add the 3. And then we have 1, and then we add 1. So we have 1, and then we add 1. So my final answer is... Tell me what my final answer is. Anybody? Let me know what my final answer is. It's a big number. Right? Yes, thank you, Jubilee. 37,889. So this is how it becomes scalable. Does that make sense? So what did we just do? We didn't have to do too many things here. We just, thank you, Nom Nom. Yes. So what we're going to do is we look at the beats to see if we can do it, right? We look at the beats to see. We don't need to worry about the number lines. I need to start with base. I'm with numbers. Help. I need my G. So we add backwards. What about carrying numbers? Oh, Jubilee. Yeah. We will be carrying numbers because we're done. We understand how to make a 5, right? So driver, let's do a little review, and then Jubilee will go into carrying the number because that's the next one. So we're going to do 1. When we look, this is my reckoning bar. Driver, this is my reckoning bar. This is my horizontal bar. This bar is what makes me know the beads are being counted. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. Now we have 5. After 5, all the top bead has a value of 5. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10. This is 10. How do I know? Because it's 1 and a 0. This is what that means. Driver, I don't know if driver is still here. We have a lot of people here. Driver, are you still here? If you're not, then I'm going to carry on to carrying our numbers because that's what we got to do. All right, so I don't think driver's here. Okay, but yeah, that's a great one. Jubilee, thank you so much. So what's the next one? The next one is to understand the making 10. So that's the other thing. These are all how to make a 10. How do you make a 10? 9 plus 1. I don't know if driver's here, but I was listening to. Yeah, right? Thank you, Games. Oh, okay. Does that make sense? Let me know if you have any more questions, Games. So what we're doing is we're understanding that these are pairs, right? Same, it was helping me. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's good that people comment too, and we can always review. So these are pairs. 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, and 9, 1. Okay, why are we learning this? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to carry on. When we carry on, so this is my second book after the preschool one, and this is available. Oh, it's available in my TikTok shop. This one's available. I just got this one. Yeah. So this is, and it talks about, what does it talk about? It talks about how to move the beads. And I was trying to like add the number lines and trying to be, mainstream. And then it goes into like being comfortable with the how to make a 5. If there's like 3 cats, how do you make 5 cats? Right? And then I try to add in the number bonds, and then we start going into how to make a 4. Now remember, what we did is we had to understand our add-ins. We don't memorize, right? We don't memorize. We don't focus on our answer. We don't focus on the result. What we do focus on is our add-in. That's why we have these formulas. You need to know if you have enough, if you don't have enough. Okay, so that is adding the 5. Now let's do it. What happens when we want to add, when we want to carry over? Carrying over. Carrying over. Well, let's do a question. So here's my one question. Let's do 7 plus 8. What? 7 plus 8? Yeah. Let's do 7. And if you notice, I put 7 on my abacus. Now I want to add an 8. But notice there's not enough beads to add the 8. So guess what? We know how to make a 10. To make a 10 is 8 plus 2. Well, how's that going to work? Well, we want to add an 8. When we add an 8, what are we trying to do? We're trying to isolate the variable. When we isolate the variable, we're going to isolate this 8. It looks very familiar, right? It looks very similar to adding the 5. But this time it's adding the 10. So this goes over here. So that means if I do 8 is equal to 10 minus 2. Because if I add the 10, it's too much. I want to balance the equation. So when I balance, so what does that mean? Well, remember, 10 looks like this. 0, 1. 1, 0. 0, 1. 1, 0. This is what 10 looks like. So I want to add minus the 2. So what's going to happen? I have my question, 7, and then I need to add an 8. There's not enough beads to add the 8. So what do? 0, 1, 10. I want to add 10. Add the 10, take away the 2. My final answer is 15. Does that make sense? So what did we just do? We just did a borrowing, right? I don't know what they call it. They call it carrying on. Carrying numbers. You know what? Funny, we only carry the 10. We don't carry any other numbers. Ah, thank you, Nom Nom. Oh, we're going to do many more. We'll do many, many more. Yes. We'll do many, many more. Because what are we going to do? Let's do this one. I don't know if you can read it. 4. 4 plus 8. Right? 4 plus 8. There's not enough beads to add the 4. What do? Yes, I will, Agent Cooper. Hold on. Let me just finish my thought and we'll go back and review. Okay? So when I add the 8, there's not enough to add the 8. Notice my formula. Plus the 10 minus the 2. Why is the abacus so small? Because it's cute? Because it can? I have a bigger abacus, but then it'd be unruly. Okay, sorry. 10 plus the 10 minus the 2. Plus the 10, which is 1 and a 0, right? That's what 10 is. And then we need to take away 2. So my final answer is 12. Does that make sense? So, yeah.
Welcome to the real world.
Okay, so let's do a review. I meant like the ones with more beads. Like, oh. I think Amy is talking about the Chinese abacus. Is that what you're talking about? Right? So the Chinese abacus has 2 beads on top. Yes. I see. Thank you for clarifying. So the Chinese abacus is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to trade this in. This is 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have another trade in. We're going to trade this in for the 10. Chinese was before the Japanese. But the Japanese, like they always do, is they make everything more efficient. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. That would be 10. On the Chinese abacus, we're going to have 10 here. We trade this in and we make this 10. So there's many ways to make a 10. This is 10. This is 10. That's 10. Yeah, not a problem. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for explaining a little bit more what you were talking about. Because I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Yeah, not a problem. And it's really quite interesting. I mean, they work relatively the same. They work very similar to each other. You could, if you have one of these, Chinese one, you could just use the middle one if you really wanted to. Or you can use the whole thing. We still have to use formulas like this. So when we do this one, we have 4, right? We have 4. And I need to add the 8. There's not enough beads to add the 8. I can add the 6, or I can add the 10. No, I can't add the 6. I need to add 8, right? The question is 8. So I still need to plus the 10, take away the 2. Plus the 10, take away the 2. So my final answer is 12. Yeah. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. So if you have a Chinese one, it works very similar. That's all. And it's kind of nice. I mean, these are rounded. So the edges. Oh, so before I continue, when we want to use, if we're using abacus, make sure you're happy and gentle, because what we're going to do is we're just going to use the edges of the beads to move. So when we move the edges, right, it doesn't matter how big your fingers are, as long as you can touch the few beads. So when we look, right, I'm only touching the edges of the thing. If I have my question like this, try not to flick too hard.
And flick. Oh, flick too hard, damn it!
Because what happens, your answers becomes messed up. So you want to be careful not to flick too hard. Don't be like Zeus and don't flick too hard. And so what we're doing is we were talking about the 10. When we, yeah, right? And then the other thing is the abacus is very easy to move. And so because the abacus is very easy to move, you want to use your left hand to stabilize the beads. And hopefully you're at a leveled table. Okay. Let's do another one, right? Let's do 9. When we add the 9, there's not enough beads to add the 9. If you see that, again, we're looking at our add-in. We're not looking at our result. We know what the result is. I mean, we're all adults, right? But what I'm trying to show you in the abacus world is what we do is we focus on the add-in. When we focus on the add-in, we want to plus the 8. It's plus the 10 minus the 2. Thank you, Caleb. It's plus the 10 minus the 2. And my final answer is 17. So that's how I did it on the abacus. And so now it becomes more versatile. So it doesn't matter what my numbers are, as long as I understand how to figure out what my add-ins are. Anybody have any questions? So that's what that is. Oh, which one is that one? This one is that one. Yeah. So right now we're in the how to make a 10. And then this one here is so this one, we like if we do this one. Oh, sorry. What if you had a big number to add? Can you show it again? I just joined. Hey, the Kid Rock. I realize this is a how Matilda did such quick math ruins the magic of the movie. Okay. Oh, thank you for the question. Okay, let's do the question. I gotta find Pippa. I love this. I learned Soroban in Japanese school when I was young. Hey, Baka. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Jubilee, this is gonna take. I'm not sure how the numbers are, but let's take it slow. So my number is 6492. 8597. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is basically you find the next full increment beyond the add-in and then subtract and get the add-in. Yeah? So we have 6, 4, 9, 2. Okay? 6, 4, 9, 2. We got that. So what's next? We're going to add the 8. Okay. We know to do, what do we know? We know what we're doing. This is where we start Tetrising our way through. Because now we know how to add the 5 and we know how to subtract. We know how to add the 5, we know how to make a 10. Those are the only two things we really need to know. Why am I saying this? The reason why is because now what we're doing is we're going to be Tetrising our way through. What does that mean? Well, if you notice, we're going to start utilizing all of these equations. Let me take it slow. So we have 6 and want to add the 8. To add the 8, there's not enough. What do? We know, let's see. We know when we add the 8, it's plus the 10 minus the 2. Oh, okay, so we need to take from the 2. Yes. So usually what I would do is I would go from the left to right. That's how I would do it. Yes, thank you, Baka. 1 down, 3 up. No, Baka. 2. So plus the 10 minus the 2. Plus the 10 minus the 2. Cannot minus the 2. Cannot minus the 2. How do I minus the 2? Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. So minus the 5 and then plus the 3. So you needed one more step. Right? So then we're adding the 5. Is there enough? Yes, we can do it. 5 is the 1 down. 8 is no, because what we're doing is we're adding the 8. To add the 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 2. So this is a 2-step, right? Because this 2 and that 2 is the same. Right? So then we got to do 10 minus 5 plus 3. Is that what you're trying to tell me? So we have 4. Okay. So we have the 9. We want to add the 9. There's not enough beats to add the 9 here. Not enough beats to add the 9. 9 is equal to minus the 1 plus the 10. Minus the 1 plus the 10. Remember? 1, 0 plus the 10. Again, I cannot plus the 1. So what do? Plus the 1 is equal to minus the 9 plus the 10. Minus the 9 plus the 10. Cannot plus the 10. What do? Plus 1 is equal to minus the 4 plus the 5. Minus the 4 plus the 5. And then I want to add 7. Jubilee, that was a very big one. I don't know if that made sense to you. Oh, I thought you were just showing the numbers. Look, I apologize. Oh, no worries, Baka. No worries. Thank you so much for commenting. Yeah. Yeah. The reason why is because when the numbers get a... But notice, you only have to know 0. Yeah, exactly. You only need to know from 0 to 9, and you only need to know how to make a 10 and how to make a 5. If you notice, these are all the things that we just talked about. It's just looking at each number, right? It's just looking at every specific number. So let's do it again. So we have 6, 4, 9, 2, right? And then we have the 8. When we add the 8, what are we doing? When we add the 8, let me look at it, right? Let's look at the 8. When we look at the 8, we're only looking here, right? The question is plus the 10 minus the 2. Plus the 10 minus the 2. This makes math once you know how to use it. Yes. Right? Does that make sense, Jubilee? Plus the 10 minus the 2. So I'm going to plus the 10 minus the 2. I cannot minus the 2. So I know I'm going to have to minus the 5 plus the 3. That is one of the things, right? How to make a 5. We want to utilize the 5. Because we're utilizing the 5, we can take away the 5 and then plus the 3. So then my next one is plus 5. Is there enough beads to plus the 5? Yes, I'm going to plus the 5. Now it gets a little crazy because now I want to add the 9. I know how to add the 9. Adding the 9 is 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. I know this. So that's where I get that from. I go 9 minus the 1 plus the 10. 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 Now if I plus the 10 plus the 1 here, right? Is there another way to plus the 1? Hey, look. Plus 9 and 1 is equal to 10. So what's going to happen is minus the 9 plus the 10. Wait a minute, I can't plus the 10 here. Well, what do I know? I know how to plus the 5. So plus the 5 minus the 4. And then plus the 7. So, what do I know? Does that make sense, Jubilee? So when we look at it, right, exactly what Baka was saying, as long as we understand how to make a 5 and make a 10, then it's super easy. But see, the thing is you just learned it. You know what I mean? I've been teaching this for 20 plus years now. So it's a little different, right? So in the end, it's, yes, exactly, 5, 1, 0, 8, 9. Yes, exactly. I wouldn't give you this on the first day, but it is what it is, right? 1, 0, I'm sorry, 5, yeah, 5, 0, 8, 9. Yeah, that's what the answer is. But yeah, that would be now I want one. So, yeah, you know what I mean? That would be the difference. But when I build out my questions are very very specific. Very specific. So when I look at it, I always talk about the add-ins. So what we're doing is we're doing a add. All we're doing is learning how to add the 5. We're going to go next is we learn how to add the 6. Then after we learn how to add the 6, we learn how to add the 7. After we learn how to 7, I jumped too far ahead, but I needed to see the end goal to understand the smaller. Yes, exactly. No, I understand, but I don't want to discourage you because it looks complicated, because it's not, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like if I really boil down to it, I try to make it one step at a time. We did one, we did another. Maybe I've gone too fast. But what I did was I did one step at a time. Right, Jubilee? Does that make sense? Okay. So what are we doing? Oh, okay. So let's do a little review. We are looking at the abacus and we're learning how to read the abacus. What's going to happen? How do you know what the colors are? You don't. Oh, you helped me. This made it so easy to show me the whole thing. Okay. So, laminator. If I did this, right, it's all about the position. Yes, thank you. Killamilla. Yes, it is all about the positioning. So when we look, I'm going to use this as my ones indicator, right? My ones. And so I can choose this one to be my ones indicator. If you notice, there's some dots. There's the dots. These are my indicators. These are my ones indicator, right? So, do you do calculus? No, that's above my pay grade. All right, so we're going to review. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, anytime the beads are touching this reckoning bar, this beam right here, it's being counted. So when we do 4, right, we have 5. This is the value of 5. Always a value of 5. Beartis. Beartis? Do I do trigonometry? I don't. That's still above my pay grade. If you want somebody to do trigonometry, I know somebody. If you want trigonometry. Okay, So this is the value of 5. Yeah, you know what? Send me a DM if you need trigonometry help. I believe she does trigonometry. So, I don't know if Audrey's here. I don't think Audrey's here. Okay, anyways. So, yeah, send me a DM and I'll send you Audrey, who does, like, higher math. Okay, so this is the value of 5. So this is 5. We have 6, 7, 8, 9. Why am I here? Well, I'm here because I chose this to be my ones place, right? This is my ones indicator. Because this is my ones indicator, this is what it would look like, right? Because this is what it would look like. My ones, my tens, my hundreds, the thousands, and 10,000. Does that make sense? So what's going to happen is, oh, I can change my pin. All right. So what? I'd love to go to the profession of quantum physics. Got to study up on my math. Oh, hey, J. Cole. Right, Laminator? Oh, okay, right. So after the 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, these are all 9s. 9, 9, these are all 9s. But what's after 9 is 10. How do I know? Because I have my 10s. My 10 is a 1 and a 0, right? 1, 0. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. How do we do math? Welcome to my room. Welcome to Abacus room. Welcome to math with an abacus. So does that make sense? When we look, we have our place values. You could choose this one, right? Like if I chose...
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
Right? I could choose this one here, my ones indicator. This is just an indicator. This is just a label. So notice if my ones, my tens, I have no columns for hundreds. So that's why I choose this one.
Pokemon, I choose you!
Right? Yes, thank you, Killamilla. My content is being filtered. Oh. Yeah? Okay. If your content is being filtered... Yeah, I don't know. If your content is being filtered... Yeah, if your comment's being filtered, you want to go to YouTube and you can put your comment there and I'll see it. YouTube. It's the link in my bio. I'm streaming YouTube right now. So you could try that. And you could tell me what you're trying to tell me. Okay, so... Hey, Smokey! Welcome back! Welcome back! Right. Do a math problem, please? Yeah. So, before I forget, what are we doing? Oh, okay. So what we're doing is we're counting, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100. So we have 100, 1,000, and then 10,000. Yeah? Okay. How are we doing? Yeah, let's see. Jubilee. Oh, I don't know if you're in YouTube, but yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. And if you want to give me your comment there, we can talk about it. Okay, so we know how to use the abacus. Notice that the abacus has these beads that are with edges. And because the edges, you want to be happy and you're... yay! It made sense. I'm used to adding from the... it made sense. I'm so used to adding from the right first. Old person here. Oh yeah, cool. All right. So again, what we're doing is we're looking at the abacus and how we're moving it, right? So I just want to make sure we want to do this. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to understand that you don't want to old math, no new math for me. Make sure
And flick. Flick too hard, damn it!
don't flick too hard. So if I have a question here and I did this, notice that all of my beads get like crazy. Okay, so let's do a math problem. Math problem. Okay. So the question is, let's see. Again, in Abacus World, what we want to do is we want to focus in on the add-in, right? When we focus on the add-in, we're making sure that we know what the number is. What's going to happen is if I have 5, and my question is add the 1, can I do it? Yes, I can. All I got to do is add the 1. So notice I'm going to the horizontal bar to add the 1. When I take away the 1, right, I'm moving it away from the horizontal bar. Hey, Hood, thank you. Thank you for the follow, Jubilee. All right, so what's going to happen? When I add 7, 5, 6, 7, I have 7. I'm going to add the 1. I notice I'm going to add this 1 bead. It doesn't matter what we're doing. It's just going to add the 1 bead. Ooh, question. 75, 75, right? Back to TikTok. Yeah, the delay on the YouTube is kind of, yeah. Hood. Can I add 13? Can I add 1? Can I add 3? We have 1 and 3. So my answer is 88. Yes. That was easy, Hood. So easy. But it's easy because I could see it on the abacus, right? It's different when we have it in words. Yeah. No, that's a great question. That's an easy question. I'm seeing it.
Welcome to the real world.
Yeah, it's very visual and tactile, right? Thank you. Thank you for the follow. It's very visual and very tactile. And it's really cool because we can start going through it. But again, what we're doing is we're learning how to move the beads. So notice we're focusing on the add-in. We're not focusing on the result. We focus on the add-in. So here's my question 5. I have my 5 and I want to add 2. When I add 2, is there enough beads to add the 2? Yes, there is. So my answer is now 7. Again, I'm focusing on the add-in, the 2, right? Can I add 2 beads? Yes, I can. So I'm going to add the 2 beads. I have 4. 4 doesn't have a lot of questions. It's either 5 plus 4. Is there enough beads to add the 4? Yes, there is. I'm going to add the 4. So what happens is when I add, you go to the horizontal bar. When I subtract, we go away from the horizontal bar. So if I have 9 and I take away 3, 1, 2, 3, I take away 3, you take away from the horizontal bar. When we look, right, we want to add 2. I have 6, I want to add 2. I want to go to the horizontal bar. Does that make sense? So what I'm doing is I'm just showing you how to use the abacus. I'm showing you how the beads move. As we learn how as the world turns, as we move the beads. Oh, I'm going to have to find that one. As we move the beads, right, we could see what's going on. So we have 3. When I have 3, we take away 1. We take away the 1. Right? This is the 1 we're taking away. Can I take away 1? So notice again, what we're doing is we're focusing on the add-in. We're not focusing on the result. I'm not worried about the result because if you look at the result, you're memorizing. But we're not trying to memorize the result. What we're trying to do is we're trying to memorize our add-in. How do you, oh, hey, Hakeem, yes. You're absolutely right. It's funny because I turned the 1's row into multiples of 5. So the reason why I chose this was because I have a 1's label. This is my 1's indicator. I have 2 actually, but if you just choose 1 like a Pokemon.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I choose this one. You can only choose 1. You cannot choose 2. So because I have this one as my 1's, this one will be my 1000s, right? So now it's being grouped. So if I choose this one to be my 1's, I could choose this one if I really wanted to. But then the problem is that if I choose this one to be my 1's, right, then it'd be my 1's, my 10's, and my 100s. But then I have no column for my 100s. Some people go another way. Interesting. It's funny because early on I turned the 1's row into multiples of 5. That's a very good question. Thank you, Hakeem. Yes. And then if you notice, this is my 1's. And between my between my place values is my decimal. So my ones, my decimal, and my tenths and my hundredths. So you left a place for decimals. Exactly. Exactly. Hundredths, tenths, and hundredths. Exactly. So if I wanted to, I could have this way, and then I have a lot more decimals. It's exactly what you said. Yep. Perfect. Exactly. So these are all place values. Every column is a place value. Cool. The decimals allows people to count money. Oh my God. Yes. Great explanation. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So again, when we look at it, we would do a minus. When we minus, right, we have 3 and we take away 1. When we take away the 1, we're moving away from the horizontal bar. We want to add, we want to go to the horizontal bar. We want to take away, we go away from the horizontal bar. So it's a very, whatever you know how to add, we know how to subtract. You know how to, it's just knowing the opposites. And it's interesting because in regular math, we teach kids many different ways to subtract. But in Abacus, you know how to add, you know how to subtract. That's just the way it is. And you will see that there's a number pattern. So we want to add the 1, we want to take away the 1. We want to add the 2, we take away the 2. Excuse me. What we're doing is I'm just showing you how to move the beads. And then we're just going through it. And then we did the 2, we can do the 3. When we do the 3, I have 8. When I have 8, right? That's 8. This is 8. I want to take away the 3. When I take away the 3, can people multiply and divide with 1? Yes, we can. We can multiply and divide. We can do that. Are we ready for that? I don't know if we're ready. I have a lot of people. I have a lot of people here. And hey, Purple, welcome back. Yeah. Right now we've been doing a lot of just adding and subtracting and just trying to figure out how everything works. I don't think we're ready. Yeah, I don't think we're ready. Not ready for it. But it's good to know. Yeah. We'll be patient. Yeah. So, we minus the 4. A 4 doesn't have a lot. And then we do 5. Notice when I do 5, I want to 3. I want to add the 5. Add the 5. Right? My mind is blown.
Welcome to the real world.
Thank you, Hood. Okay. So, is literally physical. Yes, it is. It is physical mathematics tool. Yes, exactly. And you know the interesting thing about it is in new math, there's a lot of writing. Right? So there was a teacher and they were talking about how we do 34 plus I don't know 23. Let's do that, right? And that's fine. For us, we know how to do this. But the teacher was explaining it, there was another way. They were doing number bonds, and so they would break this up, right? This would be 34. This would be 30, and then this would be 4. Then they would have 23. It'd be 20, and then 3. Then you would have to add these together to make 50, and then add these together to make 7. And then you combine these two to make 57. Isn't abacus taught in schools in China? Maybe. I don't know. I never learned abacus when I was a kid. So that's fine. Or we could do abacus, which is 34, 34, and then we add the 2, we add the 3. We add the 2, we know how to add the 2. How do we know how to add the 2? Well, remember we talked about we need to isolate the variable. We're teaching children how to make a 5. When we teach the children how to make a 5, I'm trying to find my marker. Oh, there it is. Right? We're going to isolate this variable. We isolate the variable. Right now we're doing a little bit of algebra. When we do a little bit of algebra, yes, thank you. Thank you, Jubilee. Imagine long division that way. Oh my God. No, you know what? Long division on the abacus is actually much better. So it's 2 is equal to 5 minus 3. So we've got 5 minus the 3. And then we're going to add another 3. We're going to add the 3. To add the 3, we know what? We know 3, right? 3 is equal to 5 minus 2, right? So we have the 5 minus 2. Add the 5 minus 2. So my final answer is 57. Okay, so each color is a different number. Oh, Juan, no. I don't know, James. Yeah. Okay. The colors mean nothing. Yes, exactly what Nom Nom said. So what does that mean? Well, it's all about the positioning. So let me replace it. If I did this, right, it would be difficult to see. But it's all about the positioning. So, Juan, if you're still here, we can count. I'm going to be here, right? My ones indicator is here. I have a label that says this. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. After 10 is 11. Yes. So, Jubilee, same thing you could do. Can you do? Yes. Well, let's do that. The top beat is 5 and the bottom beat. Yes, Dreamer, thank you so much. So, right, we could do this. Right. So what I'm trying to say is this is new math. All right, cool. Let's do 34. I'm getting it right, Dreamer. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this one. Let's do 3429. Okay, now what's going to happen is we're going to do 3429. Learning something new is always fun. So you're basically counting one. No, we're not counting one by one every time. What we're doing is we're understanding concepts. So we have these big concepts like how to make a 5. And so there's this concept that we're teaching children how to make a 5. And what I'm trying to show is what these things do. So actually, Abacus does a level up. And so what we're going to do is we want to add the 2. To add the 2, we know this concept. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. But in Abacus world, we're going to
You need modifications. Modify.
So we have 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. We're going to change it and we're going to isolate the variable. We're going to isolate the 2 because what we're looking for is this 2. What's another way of adding a 2, right? To add another 2, I want to plus the 5 minus the 3. When I plus the 5 minus the 3, that is what I'm substituting. How do I know? Because now I'm utilizing this 5. I'm going to utilize this 5. I'm going to plus the 5 minus the 3, right? So then what's going to happen? I want to plus the 9. We're done with the 2. Now I want to plus the 9. When I plus the 9, is there enough to plus the 9? No, there isn't. So what do we do? In this, we know how to make a 10. When we know how to make a 10, what are we going to do?
You need modifications. Modify.
So again, what we do is we're going to add the 9. To add the 9, we have to isolate it. Add the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. When we stay long enough, you'll get it. I was confused at first too. Yeah. So, yes, the top does not matter the color. Correct. So, we want to plus the 10 minus the 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1. I got school soon. So we're going to plus the 10 minus the 1. So my final answer is 63. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of comments. I'm sorry. I'm not keeping up with the comments. Wow. Yeah, that was a very good one. Does that make sense? Thank you, Nom Nom. That was so much easier, right? Because, when we start going through it, how long have you been teaching this? 20 plus years. 20 plus years. Oh, where is it? Oh, that didn't work.
Welcome to the real world.
All right. At what is the point of this with what we already know? Who do you teach it to? I hope to be fluent visual learners. You have really good energy. I hope you have the rest. Oh, thank you so much, Semzi. Okay, so why would I teach this? I would teach this. I mean, if you don't, that's fine. You don't need to stay. You can move on. Why? It's called brain gymnastics, right? Like, why do we do Sudoku, or why do we do crossword puzzles or word searches? It's, if you as an adult, that's what I would do. I would label it as brain gymnastics. That's what I would do. But usually I would teach the young kids, like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and I'd probably go maybe to fifth grade, depending on how well they do. Thank you so much, Hakeem. Yes, thank you, samesies. Yes, bigger problems more useful. Yeah, the bigger problems, and so that's what it is. But we need to know the basics. We need to know the foundation. When we know the foundation, oh, I gotta write down my answer. When we know the basics and we know the foundation, then it'll be easy to go through and understand why it's being. Hey, Blah, welcome back. Does that make sense, Amy? Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people will be like, if we already know this, why are we doing it? It's like, that's fine. You could do what you're doing, or you could learn the abacus. It's up to you. I'm not here to. I'm not. You're. People who come to my room and tell me that it's too complicated, they can just keep moving on. I mean, I'm not forcing you to stay. You know what I mean? Don't. It's tough, but thank you, Hakeem. Thank you. So what do the very so yes. Juan, yes, the top beads is the value of 5. So what do the very top ones be? So these ones, this one means 5 no matter what. Handcuffs. Yeah. Yeah, I have to learn to get a thicker skin when I read my comments. But you know what? I know the people that comment are young kids, so they're not understanding. Oh, okay, so yeah, exactly. So it'd be 5, this would be 50, this would be 500, 5,000, and then 50,000. Yes, Hakeem, thank you. Did that make sense, Juan? Okay, so what are we doing? Oh, that was how to add and subtract the 5. And then if you notice, right, a lot of the adding and subtracting that we've been doing is very much like, how do I make a 10? How do I make a 5? Where did you what? I'm slowly getting. Okay, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's going to happen is, just to review, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 6. Oh, thank you so much for the rows. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. We can do this one. So, what we're doing, I'm late to class. Oh, we're learning how to read the abacus. Sleep deprived. If we don't have an abacus with them, will they be able to do mathematics? Yes. If you could get to a point where you learn the abacus and you could imagine it in your mind, you could do that. So we learned addition today. Can we do subtraction so my brain gets it? Yeah, we could do it. I'm downloading an app. Yeah, cool. Then the 50, and then 50 for the top one. What do you do? What did you do that favor? What? I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's do some subtraction. Oh, yeah, you know what? We could do it. You know why? So I have my book. Okay. Let's do some subtraction. Okay. Here is some subtraction. This is easy. Why is it easy? Because, it's not that difficult. Let's see. We want to do this. What do we want to do? Well, if we look at it, we want to take away the 4. When we take away the 4, this is my next book. This is the -5. Why are we doing -5? Again, if you know how to add, you will know how to subtract. What we're doing is we're focusing on the add-in, right? The minus the 4. when we minus the 4, I'm sorry, I need to get my own to fully grasp it, but oh, thank you, Hakeem. I watch your YouTube. Whose girlfriend images the abacus? What? And does the, like that. I feel like I understand. Yay, subtraction. Okay. So we're doing is, we're minusing the 4. When we minus the 4, notice we have minus 1 minus 4 is equal to minus 5. Why? Because we have 8. We want to take away the 4. We don't have enough beads to minus the 4. 1, 2, 3. We only have 3. So remember, we want to minus the 4. We want to isolate the variable. To isolate the variable, we need to minus the 5. And then don't forget, we need to add the 1. So when we're doing our formula, right, minus the 4, we want to minus the 5 and then plus the 1. So my final answer is 4. So what I'm trying to do, if you notice that if I add the 4, I'm going to plus the 5 minus the 1. If I want to subtract, it's the opposite. It's now a, what do you call it? A number pattern. So this is the number pattern that we're looking at. So here is 7. I have 7. I'm going to take away the 4. There's not enough to take away the 4. There's only 2 beads to take away the 4. I can utilize this 5. To utilize the 5, what do? Minus the 5 plus the 1, right? Because it's the add-in that I'm focusing on. The add-in is what makes and breaks the question. So when we, thank you. So when we add in, right, we minus the 5 plus the 1. My final answer is 3. Again, we do not focus on the result. We focus on the process. We focus on the, what? We focus on the journey, right? Because abacus is life. Abacus is all about the journey. Marry the journey, marry the process, and divorce the result. Thank you so much, Richard. Right? That 1, 4, what? I don't know. So does that make sense? So we can do it again. When we have the 6, and we want to minus the 4, we're going to substitute it, right? We're going to make our minus 5 work for us. We're going to minus the 5 and then plus the 1. So my final answer is 2. What about negative numbers? No, we don't do negative numbers. Because you can't take away more than what you have, right? You can't go in debt on the abacus. You can do decimals. You can do fractions, which is just another form of division. But that's it. You can only do add, subtract, multiply, and divide. That's all you can do. Yeah? Uh-oh. You can do different. Well, fractions is just another way of dividing, right? So it's not really that much. Oh, cool. So this is not for accountants. No, young kids. Okay, so let's do a question. Usually the kids, I mean, I'm not a big person for mental math, but you can, utilize the abacus and do mental math. I just don't push it. I feel like I write out my to-do list. Why do I need to put math in my head? Okay, so the question is 987 minus 546. I've always been taught math. I wish I was taught that. Yeah, I know, right? When I was learning abacus, I couldn't believe how easy this was. And I was like, oh my God. I feel like that this is the greatest thing next to sliced bread. Thank you, Amy, for the question. So we're going to do 987, right? 987. We're going to take away 5. Can I take away the 5? Yes, we can. So I'm going to take away the 5. I want to take away the 4. Can I take away the 4? No, I cannot take away the 4. What do we know how to take away the 4? We know how to take away the 4. We do minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. So we're going to do minus the 5 plus the 1. Yes, yes, Jubilee, yes. And then I want to minus the 6. Can I take away the 6? We can. So all we got to do is minus the 6. So my final answer is what? What is my final answer? 4, 4, 1. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Amy, for the question. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Raymond. Does that make sense? So notice, it's all about if I can do it. Whoop, whoop. It's all about, can I do it? Can I do it? If I can't, there's another way. Low key, crazy how easy it is. Right? But see, the thing is, there's a little bit of an investment, right? There's a little bit of an investment. Understand the basics, right? Understand the formula. And then what's going to happen? Right? You understand the basics, and then you'll be able to do anything. But it's what? It's about investment, right? Understanding the basics, understand the fundamentals. Once you understand the fundamentals, you'll be good. That's wrong. Okay, pumpkin. I don't know what's wrong. Because that's a 9, not a 7. I wrote that wrong. All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Dreamer. You're welcome. I'm very happy to share my knowledge of abacus. Okay, how are we doing? We're all right? We can do some more. Oh, we can do some more takeaways. Yep. Okay. So what do? We could do 6. We did 6. Let's do another one. Let's do minus the 3. We can minus the 3. So here's the question, right? Yes, more minus. Okay, good. Oh, all right. We've got some takers. 113 minus 78. All right. Let's see what we do, Edgar. Let's do 113. 113. Right? We're going to take away 7. How do we take away 7? How do we take away 7? We know how to take away the 7. We know how to take away the 7. How do we take away the 7? We know... Where is it? 7. Oh, thank you, Jubilee. Yes. Backwards, though, because we want to minus the 7. We want to minus the 7. When we minus the 7, what are we doing? Minus the 7 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 3. Yup. But it's funny, right? It's easy, like how easy it is to be able to switch it around. So I want to minus the 10 plus the 3. And then I want to take away 8. Can I take away the 8? No, cannot take away the 8. So what do? I know to minus the 8, I'm going to what? I need to minus the 8 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 2. Yes! Thank you, Jubilee. Minus the 10 plus the 2. Can I plus the 2? No. How do I plus the 2? How do I plus the 2? Plus the 2 is what? Yes! Plus the 2 is plus the 5 minus the 3. Plus the 5 minus the 3. So my final answer is 35.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Thank you, Edgar. Thank you, Edgar, for the question. Right? Make sense? But see, that's the thing. Like, these are all the things. You really know how to get it. Good job, Jubilee. Right? Yeah, but see, the thing is it's the investments, right? We don't have to do. I don't know how they do it in new math. I think they talk about making it friendly. So they would round this. This would be like 80, and then this would be 110, and then you have to remember that you did 3 here and 2 here and something 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 and something something something. Was confused for a little. Minus the 10. I got it now. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, yeah, minus the 10. Minus the 10. When we look, right, this is 9, and 10 is 1 and a 0. 1 and 0. I'm buying one for work. This helps with algebraic thinking. Yes, thank you, Ruth. Yes, I'm buying one to teach my daughter for sure. I just got the app to do the practice questions. Yep, I don't think they do that. Round the numbers. Yeah, no, they do. They're starting to like do friendly numbers. I'm not sure how to do this process because I don't teach it this way. I teach the abacus way, and so yeah, no, there's ways to like make friendly numbers. I don't know how to make the numbers friendly. I just utilize what I have, right? So yeah, it's a new way of teaching. It's new math. It's new math. I think they just carry over the 10, taking away from the tens and the hundreds values. Why, I don't know. I mean, we could do another one. Like making it. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Like do a trade in and stuff. At least what I learned. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I never learned it that way, so I can't tell you. And I don't teach. I don't teach public school. Oh, that's interesting. I just do the old fashioned way. Oh yeah, yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting and how it relates to the old fashioned way. But at least you could see it on the abacus. You know, that's the difference. Is you can see it on the abacus. Okay, so how are we doing? We can do. These are okay. These are what? These are learning how to make a 10, how to make a 5. There's another step that we need to understand. The another step is to, and we did a little bit. Jubilee had a question in the beginning, and what it was is what we call two-step. Two-step is different. Two-step means that we're gonna Tetris our way through. So what does that mean? Well, we could do 8 plus 5. Let's do that first. So I have 8. I want to plus the 5. To add the 5, I know I'm going to plus the 10 minus the 5. So I know I'm going to plus the 10 minus the 5. My answer is 13. Well, isn't it the same when we do 5 plus 8? No. No. Why? So, this. When we do this, we do 5. We added the 5. We're going to do 8. When we plus the 8, plus 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 2. Plus the 10 minus the 2. This is the two-step equation. Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. We did this a little bit. Right? Minus the 5 plus the 3. So this is what we call a two-step because we go here, we do this one first, and then we do this one. So this is what we call two-step. We can go further, right? We can do 49 plus 3. Same thing. So when we do 49, we do 40, we do 9. We're going to add the 3. When we add the 3, we know what? We know plus the 3 is equal to plus the 10 minus 7. So I'm going to minus the 7, and I plus the 10. Remember 1, 0, 1, 0? Add the 10, 1, 0. I can't add the 1 here. So what do? This is now our two-step. We want to add the 1. To add the 1, we need to plus the 5 minus the 4. Plus the 5 minus the 4. So for my final answer is 52. 52. So when we look, notice it's every number, right? Can I use each number? Every number has a place. just like organizing, right? Everything has its place. Does that make sense, Juan? But why did they go make so difficult? I learned this in elementary school. Yeah. Right? So what we're doing is you could make it a 50 and round it and blah 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 blah. I thought she froze. Yeah. Okay. So let's do a little review. We're going to count on the abacus. When we count on the abacus, we're going to count 1. After 1, we have 2. Anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, this reckoning bar, it's being counted. So we have 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Jubilee. 4, and then 5. After 5, we have 6, we have 7, 8, and then 9. Now, how do we know after 9? Well, after 9, we have 10. Just as like how we write 10. 0 and 1. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm glad you're here because teaching this because my kids bring home homework and it's frustrating. Yeah. Hi, Susie. Welcome back. Yeah, Jubilee. Thank you so much, Jubilee. And that's the thing, right? Like, because we're in a room, people will come and go, and then when I'm like in the middle of a thought, they're like, "What? This is crazy. This is too much." But as I said before, it's a little bit about understanding the fundamentals. I don't know if they're still here. Find and Kylie. Damn, bro. I just joined the lesson late. Elsie? Susie, so sorry, but why did they go and make difficult so I'm still here. Oh, there you are, Susie. Yeah. So I'm not sure what sort of homework your kid has, but I'm just talking about the abacus. And abacus is different because it is an old ancient tool. So did that make sense on how I counted? When we're looking at it, we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000s. How fast can I solve a problem without exposing it? But do it again. Oh, what? I have a 4th grader. The way they do their math is similar to this. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Those dots. Yeah. But you know what makes me mad, Susie? Is that the numbers get like huge. They're so big. If you had 483 plus, I don't know, 301, 1. I don't know. And then you got to do like all these dots. And then you got to do these rows. And then you got to do a box. Right, Susie? Yeah, I know. You know why? It's because they have to write it on a piece of paper. Whereas on the abacus we don't. Why? Because we have 4, 8, and 3. Right? I already know this. And then when I look at each number, Susie, give me a question your kid has and we can do it. Is this Common Core? Yeah. Abacus is Common Core. So here I want to plus the 3, right? When I plus the 3, what am I doing? I need to plus the 3. Plus the 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2. I'm going to plus the 5 minus the 2 because I know. Thank you, Jubilee. Yes. Right? And then I'm going to add the 1, add the 1. That's it. Literally, what you wrote looks similar. The numbers get difficult. As long as you understand how to make a 5. So what I just did is I learned how to make a 5, right? And I looked at how many beads I have. So if I know how to make a 5 or I know how to make a 10, those are the two concepts that we need to know. No, you're absolutely right, Jubilee. Plus the 5 minus the 2. Yep, you're good, you're good, you're good. So Susie B, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Susie, how big are the numbers? Is it 3 digits or is it 4 digits? Because I'm actually going to build a Abacus workbook specifically for 4th graders. Sometimes 3, but 4 now. Is it 2 add-ins or is it 3 add-ins? You know what I'm saying? Is it 2 or is it 3 where they do another like 4, 5, 6, right? That's 3. And then I wonder how many times it goes. I think somebody said that they go up to like 4 add-ins. So we do like 9, 8, 7. Okay, sometimes okay. So yeah, okay. Like that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so we can do it. So here. 4, 8, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 5, 6, and then 9. 9, 8, plus the 10 minus the 2, and then 7, plus the 10 minus the and then 7. There you go. So that's what I would do. It makes me so confused. Yeah. Yeah. I don't, it's because they have to write it out. In Abacus, it keeps it for you on the thing. So I don't know if that makes sense. So I know they also do multiplication. So let's do multiplication. I'll show you my multiplication. Let me see if I can find a nice easy one for us. Because I don't want it to get too confusing. The reason why is because I don't want to get confusing. Is it this one? I'm also trying to build out my questions. Oh no, I didn't add it. We could try to do this one. We could try to do. Sounds hard. It's not hard. It's not hard. I have to ask him if they have an abacus at school tomorrow because he's sleeping now. I highly doubt that they're going to. My son is bringing home division even. Yeah. On Abacus, we do long division. It makes it easier to visual learners. Plus, it's Common Core, new math. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this here is all new, the new math. So let's do multiplication. So we could do 23 times that by 9, right? So this is what we're going to do. I felt smart with addition. I don't know about him. Okay. We're going to, this is what we call distributive property. When we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to do this way and then this way. But the first thing we're going to do, this new math is hard with parents who are taught the old math. Yeah, it is very different. It's very different. And they're trying to get the kids to really get a stronger number sense. But then I'm like, well, why don't you just use something that's more concrete? But you know what? The problem with the concreteness, it gets unruly. So we have these things. It gets unruly. It's like, that's a lot of fucking things to like keep track of, you know? But if I show you on like what 100 looks like on the abacus, this is 100 on the abacus. I don't need a stupid block. Sorry. I feel the reason why I'm a little bit salty about this is because we use all these other manipulatives and yet we don't use the abacus because nobody knows how to use the abacus. So I hopefully you understand how to use the abacus, and you can help, and I can help your child. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is understand this. What we're going to do in abacus world, we need to find, right? I know, I agree with you so much. I think it would help my son so much. Yeah, you let me know, and we can go through it. But so the first thing is, oh, thank you. I don't read Chinese. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand how many digits we have. 1, 2, 3. We're going to count 1, 2, 3. Why here? Because this is my ones indicator. Now, if you notice, when I do this, I'm only going to do 2 times 9. I am not going to say 20 times 9. Me? Neither. But it translates for me. Oh, it's not translating for me. So, this is new math. We're not doing that. We're doing this because why? This is what we're doing in. We know our multiplication table. So we know it's 18 plus the 1 plus the 8. Notice it says 180, right? Hey, Jose, welcome back, right? We don't need to do 180 because we don't need to write it out. The abacus does it for me. This teaches foreigners to do abacus. Oh, hey. Thank you, Juan. So then what's next? We're going to do 9 times 3 is 27. Add the 2. Add the 2, add the 7. We know how to add the 2. How do you add the 2? 2 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 8. Plus the 10 minus the 8 plus the 7. So my final answer is 207. Thank you, Juan. 207. But what did we just do? We remembered how to make a 10, and we just added it. So we just put it all together, and bam, there. I've been very well. Thank you for asking. I just got back from science camp. Wait. So how do you know which equation to use when there's so many ways? Where was this when I was growing up? Oh my God, you made me want to buy it. I was going to teach my son. So, you know, multiplication. Yes. Okay. Nom nom. This is where this comes in. This is the framework. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. How do you know what is what? The first thing you need to do is understand if there's enough beads. If there's enough beads, then you add it. So here's a sample question. My sample question is 7. So if I have 7, I want to add the 4. When I add the 4, is there enough beads? No, there isn't. So what do is I go down and I have to check. Can I add the 5? No, I cannot add the 5. So what do? I go down and then I want to add the 4. Now I know. Plus the 10 minus the 6. That's it. But you go through this checklist all the time. And so what this does is it helps critical thinking. Can I do it? That's why I have my little sound bits. Can I do it? No, I can't. Right? How do I do it? So the first thing you need to do, if it's a 4, 3, 2, and 1, you have to check to see if you can use the 5. If you cannot use the 5, then you have to go into do the 10s. That's how that works. Yes, yes. And so it works exactly the same way for the minus. Can you take away? Yes. Then do it. If you cannot, can you minus the 5? No, you can't. Then you go to the next one. Can I minus the 10? I love the sound bits, not those specific ones. Now those specific ones will make sense. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Edgar. Yeah, not a problem. No. Susie, I hope it makes sense. I hope it helps. But it goes through critical thinking, and that's what Abacus does. It helps the kids to critically think and have a conversation with your numbers. So you go live earlier. I think I went live yesterday. Not sure. You need to make a short video of just those 2 pages. Okay. I could, but you know, The problem is what? There's not enough people that don't understand how to use the abacus. So that's why these 2 pages don't really make sense. You know what I mean, Jubilee? Like, it makes sense to you now only because I meant just like earlier hours during the day. I was not here earlier. Oh, do I? Yes, I usually do. I don't know what time it is for you, but it's 12 o'clock for me. And I try to go early morning, and I'm going to try to get into more of a schedule. Yeah, I'm going to try to get into more of a schedule. Oh, GT, make a lot of short videos. I have a lot of oh yeah, Susie. Yeah, I try to get in earlier. So I'll try to get in about 9 o'clock, 9 or 9 o'clock your time, or 12 o'clock noon time. GTR. Yeah, Susie, yeah, go to bed. Yeah, I'm always on. I'm always on live. GTR. We are. Yeah, have a good night. Yeah, it's midnight. We're gonna count on the abacus. We're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4. Jubilee, I would love to make more videos. Have a lot of short videos, but every time I go into more complex, like adding and subtracting, people make comment like it's too difficult. Like, why do I make it more difficult than it is? So, so this is 4. Anytime the beads are counted, anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, this is being counted. So this is 4. The top bead will always be 5. I followed. I'm hoping to catch you live. Oh yeah, have a good night. Have a good night, Susie. You know, and let me know if you have any more questions about 4th grade math. But the biggest thing is to understand the how to make a 5 and how to make a 10, and then it'll be easy for your son. Okay. So 5. This is 5. That's 5. GT. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. GTR. This is 5. We can do 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So when we look, if I have each place value, each column, right? Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. So this is 9. This is 99. This is 999, 9,999, 99,999. So let's go back. Oh, this is 9. Well, what's after 9 is 10. 10, because we have our 1s and our 0, this is what 10 looks like. So 10, and then now we can count by 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100. Going to garden while I learn. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if... Yeah. Wow, there's still 134 people here. That's crazy. But I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 12 o'clock now. I've been on for an hour, 2.5 hours. All right. How are we doing? Any questions? How are we doing? Oh, yeah. Yo-Yo had a question. I don't know if Yo-Yo is still around anymore, but I know Yo-Yo is doing some abacus. It's 1 a.m. Hey! It just clicked for me when you put the plate. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I have it. But I want to talk about it before, because it can be distracting. So that's the other reason why, I'm here is because I have my label. My label is my ones indicator. Notice I have 2. Just need to choose one, like a Pokemon.
Pokemon, I choose you!
So here, if I choose this one, I would move everything over, and I'd be here. 1s, 10s, but notice I don't have any hundreds. So, the flow, 53, sure, at the flow charts. What? What flow chart? Oh, can you show those 2 pages again? Yes. So, excuse me. So if you look, the question is always, can you do it? Right? That's why I have this.
Yes,
right? If you can, then just add the beads, right? If not, can you use the 5? Right? Can you do it? Yes, we can. Then do it. If not, can you use a 10 bead? Does that make sense, Jubilee? Yep. It works exactly the same as subtraction. $17. Can I take away the 4? The flowchart helps. Yeah. The flowchart helps for adults. No, I sorry, take that back. The flowchart helps just everybody. Because this is what goes through your head. So I want to take away the 4. Can I take away the 4? No, I can't. So I have to go here. Can I take away the 5? Minus the 5. Yes, I can. So what do? Minus the 5 plus the 1. So my final answer is 13. Then, if I couldn't do it, flowchart is beginner's best friend. Yeah, this is laminated, so you can actually use it as a thing. I laminated this one, but I sell it as a laminate. So if you can minus the 10, then this is what you do. Do I do private lessons? I do. I do. It's half an hour. Oh, it's a half an hour once a week, and I give you homework. Amazing. I'll definitely purchase. Oh yeah. Oh, you do? Yeah, I do. I also have an online self-pace, and the self-pace goes through each and every one of my worksheets. And so you will notice I have all of these books. Every book, every worksheet gets explained, and it's part of my class. And so it is self-paced, and the videos are less than 5 minutes each. But I show the basics of the worksheet, and then the student goes through and fills it out. So, and then I also have explanations too. So I try to explain it as I go through, and I need it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jubilee. Not a problem. And so, but GTR, I only teach abacus. I don't teach anything else. I only teach arithmetic. And so I was building out my books, and that's what I was doing here. So this is the -5 book, and I'm in the process of making my videos for this. I already have the +10s, and then the +5s, and my adding and subtracting simple, and then I got to do the -10s and so forth. Do you have everything linked on my account? Okay, good. What do you mean, nom nom? Like, I have my online in my website. So my website, you can get to my website through my link in bio. And if you wanted, I do have this for free, where it's just a reference sheet, and it explains like how to move the beads. So you can get this for free. I give that to you. I do have like an abacus store, or I have my TikTok shop. If you're looking for workbooks and workbooks actually, I sell workbooks. And then I do sell this one, which is my abacus framework. I have printables, and then I have I have this place, and you can find my name. That's my name. And some people want to, if you want one-on-one, we can talk about it, and I can meet up with you to see if your child likes me. I've seen these abacuses with more than. Oh, hey, yeah. So, Juan, thank you for asking. So that's what the Chinese abacus is. So the Chinese abacus has 2 beads on top and 5 beads on the bottom, and it works exactly the same. My child is almost 3. Oh, you know what? If you want to, it's up to you. I mean, I have students that I started off with 3, and what we do is we just talk about how to use the abacus and do number and bead recognition, and the lessons are half an hour once a week. Okay, Juan. And I'm right now. And if it's one-on-one, that's the one I thought I knew. Oh, nom nom. In for one-on-one, if you're looking for my help, like me specifically, I I tailor the work for your child. So every time we always get like new worksheets, not new worksheets, but worksheets that are tailored to your child. Or you could do self-pace, which is we go through this book, and there's bead recognition, and you can go through the worksheets yourself. It's up to you. So I have that. My online is $20 a month, but my services for private right now, I think is going to be 200 a month. Yeah. Oh, so sorry, Juan. So when we count, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then because we have 5, we're going to trade it in. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 10. We're going to trade it in. So we do that. But notice this is 10, so we're going to trade it in, and we'll do that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah. So if you notice, right, and it'd still be the same, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Same thing. It's just a little bit more redundant. There's more trading in and stuff. Num num, if you want to DM me, you can DM me, or you can sign up for my classes online. I do offer, if you do my online, like self-pace, I do offer once a week open office hours. And I do have, definitely not a child, but still think this would help in the future. GTR, this is very good for brain gymnastics, just like we do for Sudoku, and just like we do for crossword puzzles and word searches. And so I'm actually building a few books to do just that. And so I have this one where I created, where this one specifically is how to make a 3, and what we're doing is we're adding 3s, and this is all just about practicing the specific add-ins. I Which one do you prefer? I prefer the Japanese one. That's what I teach. I teach the Japanese one. I don't teach the Chinese one. The Chinese one is interesting, but the more popular one is the Japanese one, and the Japanese one has like a whole like chapter organization that does abacus competitions. So yeah, that was the one thing, GTR, that I was trying to think about is for those adults that want to keep their mind active. I wanted to I wanted to show them how to do it, and so that was the one thing. We'll learn the Japanese. Yeah, it's more redundant. Basically, it is a little bit. Yes, Juan. Chinese one is a little bit redundant. There's a lot more trading, a lot more extra steps. The only thing I found easy would be doing the 6 times table, but after that, I think it's not that. I don't think it's that. Um, I don't know, that efficient. Abacus finger method blows it out of the water. Thank you, Tsuka. I don't know. Tsukaska. Oh yeah, GTR check in soon. Okay, cool. Yeah, not a problem. I'm so happy you dropped by. It's one of those things like not sure like how people would take it, but yeah. But that was the thing, is trying to make it more adult friendly. But yes, thank you for checking in. Wow, there's still like 100, more than 132 people. So I don't know if Yo-Yo is still here. Yo-Yo. Amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Nom Nom. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was one of those things like trying to think. That's not a what? That was not a thanks comment. Finger abacus is a technique. Doesn't use an actual abacus. But yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks for explaining. Okay. So, on that note, if we're okay, I'm going to head to bed. I don't know what you're trying to say. If you want to have your own live, you can go right ahead. All right. If there's any other questions other than the finger abacus, one more question. Okay, one more question. Yes, Jubilee, let me know. What is the question? I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, Nam Nam. I appreciate you too. Thank you for the comments. It does help. It does help to know that it makes sense, right? Yeah, thank you, Edgar. Thank you, thank you, Edgar, for the questions. Those were helpful too. Yeah, not a problem, Edgar. I hope to see you in my next live. Uh, Thank you, Nam Nam. I appreciate you too. Okay, Jubilee had one more question. Yeah, I'll be there. Okay, cool. Hopefully we can get into multiplication and division, but we'll see. The multiplication wasn't too bad. I gotta find like a better multiplication question. But the biggest thing is to know the fundamentals, and then doing multiplication is pretty easy. Okay. Oh, Jubilee, you're not gonna give me a question? I gotta think of it. What kind of question am I doing? What kind of question am I doing? A big number or a small number? I don't know. You give me a question and we'll do it. How about that? I'll go slow. Oh, what if multiplying tens times like, would you start over? Yes. So here's one question. Okay. So let's do this one. It's filtering me out again. Ah, I see you. 12 times 12. We'll do that. So again, you're right. What we're going to do is we are going to count our digits. When we count our digits, it's exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first thing we're going to do again is the distributive property. When we do distributive property, 1, 2, 3, 4, we do 1 times 1. Notice 1 times 1 is equal to 1. 1 is a single digit, so I go back one column, like that, and I add my 1. What do I do? 1 times 2. 1 times 2 is equal to 2. 2 is a single digit. I go back one column, I add the 2. And then we do it again. Well, we've already finished our 1, so we got to count it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I'm over here. So we know 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 is a single digit. I go back one column, I add the 2. And then what? 2 times 2 is 4. 4 is a single digit. I go back one column, I add the 4. So my final answer is 1, 4, 4. Can you put a song on during this? I don't know how to put on the song. Did that make sense? Yeah. So the biggest thing here, the difference here is if it's a single digit, you got to go back one column. Does it matter what row you count from? Makes sense. Yeah. Hold on me. So when I do this, we want to try to make the single digit double digit. So kind of imagine it being like this: 01, 02, 02, 04. You know, like how we write time, right? 12:01, right? 12:02, 12:04, right? Because we do the double digit, that's why we go back one column. Doesn't matter what row you count. It matters where you have your ones indicator. So because I have my label here where my dot is, I don't know if you can see my dot, but there's this dot. This is my ones. I would always start from my ones place. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why I start here. You could start here, but then the problem is I don't have any more columns. So that's why I always start here. Did that make sense, me? So when I'm doing this, what if it's 2-digit, would you move it forward? No, if it's 2-digit, you stay where you are. So let's have our question, right? If I had my question, 23 times that by 4, right? I'm sorry, 4 times 2 times 4 is 8. 8, I'm sorry, 3. 1, 2, 3. 8 is a single digit. I go back one column, I add my 8. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. I add my 1, I add my 2. I add my 1, I add my 2. Does that make sense, Em? I add my 1, I add 1, and then I add 2. So no, you wouldn't move forward. You just stay where you are. So if it's a double digit, you stay where you are. Oh, there you are. If it's a bigger number, let's say 22, is it still stay fourth one's over? Yes. Well, yes. So let's do the next question, right? So we have 52 times that by 22. So if we look, it's still 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 5 times 2 is equal to 10. I add 1, I add 0. Don't forget the 0. I do it again. 2 times 4. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Add the 4. 4 is a single digit. I go back one column, I add the 4. So I'm done with this. I'm done with that. So I go to my next one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 times 5 is 10. I add my 1, I add my 0. And then I do it again. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 is a single digit. I add my 4 and I go back. So double digit. Jubilee, did that make sense? So my final answer is 1144. Oh, I see. So double digit as if it was a decimal. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't matter if it's a decimal. It just because we're just moving in different place values. Yeah. Yeah. So in the this is also, what do they call it? There's another terminology. They say they want it to be procedural fluent. Hey, Audrey! Wow. Yeah, right. Thanks. 00. Can you do integrals? Sorry, Azusa. I don't know what integrals mean. That's above my pay grade. So 00 GTR would be 0.00. So when we look, it'd be 22.55. Oh my God, Audrey, I can't believe you're awake. Above my pay grade. I don't, it is above my pay grade. You're Audrey, go to sleep. We're doing midnight math again. So, oh yeah, that was it. That was that one. Ditto. I think I might have somebody for you to do trig. Yeah, because you do trig, right? Oh my God, that was my last question. Really? Midnight math or while gardening? Oh my God, you crazy. Crazy gardening. Oh yeah, cause the moon's out, so it's easy. Oh, I don't know what time it is for you. I've never seen this before, and I'm trying to follow along. Hey May. So let's do a review. This is my horizontal bar. This is the reckoning bar. Every time the beads touch this reckoning bar, we're gonna count it. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my last question for this time. So then we have the value of 5. 5, gonna forget everything in the morning. 5, May, 6, 7, 8, 9. May, are you still around? So after 9, we have 10. 10, when I put this in, every column is a place value. Ones, tens, hundred thousands, 10,000. My gardening brain is strong brain. Nom nom, what time is it for you? May, 11, 12, 13, 14. After 14, right, we have 15. We can count by midnight. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. So if you're gardening with the midnight moon. So, May, we can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And after 90, we have 100. 100. 100. Does that make sense, May? So when we look, 100, and now we can count by hundreds. This is thousands, and then this is 10,000. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, mate. Thanks for asking. So, all right. I'm going to sign off. There's too many people here. I can't believe how many people are here. I don't know if these are all like bots. Oh my gosh. But I do need to sign off. I've been on. No. Audrey, I've been on for like 3 hours. I've been on for 3 hours. That's crazy. It's like 2:30 a.m. here. Oh my god. 3 hours. I know. Hey, I want to... Late brain is working hard. Neon Panther is still back. Yeah. I can't believe you're still here, Neon. Oh, Yo-Yo. Okay, Yo-Yo had a question. We'll do one more question. Reported. The taps are fun. We're going to do division. Are we ready for that? This will be my last question. I don't know if Yo-Yo's still here. Yes, they changed. Division? Yeah. Let's see if we can do division. I don't know if Yo-Yo's still here. Yo-Yo! Alright. The first thing we're going to do is understand our divisor and our dividend. Okay? Oh! Balls on Budget was supposed to be here. Excuse me. Okay. So what's going to happen is we still need to count our digits. Why? Because we need to know where to put it on the abacus. When we do it, 1, 2, 3 dividends. So there's 3 dividends minus 1 divisor. 1 divisor. Divisor. So our final answer is 2. 1, 2. We're going to be here. I'm going to use this one because I just know I need more space. So this is 2. 1, 2. This is my ones. This is my tens. So my quotient is going to be here. Because my quotient is here, I'm going to put my divisor. No, I'm sorry, my dividend. I'm going to put my dividend on the abacus. So I'm going to subtract. And now we have to compare. We have to compare apples to apples. 1 and 7. My divisor is 7. My dividend is 1. Just as Neon Panther says, my 7 is bigger. So what does that mean? When I look at my multiplication, I need to figure out how to multiply. I don't have room. 7 times what is equal to not 1? I have to say 0. I need to use the extra digit. Why? Because 7 cannot go into 1. 7 has to go into 10, just as Neon Panther said. 7 times 1 is equal to 7. So I'm going to take away 3. I'm going to add the 1. That's my quotient. And then I need to take away 7 here. So take away 7 is minus the 10 plus the 3. So now I'm not looking here anymore. I have to look at my abacus. We have to compare who is bigger, 3 or 7. 7 is my divisor, 3 is my dividend. My divisor is bigger. So what's the question? It cannot be 7 times what is equal to 3. It has to be 35. 35. 7 times what is equal to 35 or less? 7 times 5, I add my 5. I take away 30, I take away 5. So my final answer is 15. That was a little much. Thank you, Neon Panther. But yeah, that was division. Yeah, it's long division. We do long division in Abacus. You're welcome. Yeah, we do long division in Abacus. I don't know another way of doing Abacus. I don't know how to do it. I love division. Yeah, and I find it interesting because in mainstream math, they always say, well, how many times does 7 go into 100? I don't even know how they do this in regular math. I'm going to stick with addition and subtraction for a while. Yeah. This one is a little bit more. I mean, it's so funny to see. Yeah, I mean, Neon Panther's been around for a little bit. You do the same. Wait, I just got here. Can we do another division question? You want to do a collab? Okay, let's do a collab. Let's figure that one out. Ivory? Equation? How about, let's do a review how to read the abacus. This is my horizontal bar. You could say how much 7 goes into 1. You can't. Bring it down. Not now. Uploading to you. Yeah, I'm not now. Oh, sorry, Ivory. This is my horizontal bar. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Anytime the beads are touching the horizontal bar, it's being counted. This is 5. All the top bead is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, because we have 9, this is 10. So we look. Every column is a place value. So, okay, obviously, but do you know what time you're going to start tomorrow? I don't. maybe 9, maybe 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Show some love in the Mad Tap. Thank you so much, Audrey. Yeah. In my opinion, this is much slower than normal math. Maybe it's because I'm used to the other way. Yeah, it is because you're used to the other way. Okay. I'll be back. Okay. You know what? Thank you guys for joining. I am gonna sign off. I'm gonna sign off. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining. Have a good night. I will see you guys all in my next live. Have a great. I hope you had a blessed Mother's Day. Hey, yeah, thank you so much, Jubilee. So you too. Okay, bye. Cool, Audrey. Cool. Good night. Good night, Nom Nom. Hopefully see you next time. Bye.